Welcome to the futurist public intellectual. The original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is arguably Disney's most important film because without it, Disney as a company would have never gotten off the ground. Furthermore, it was selected as a culturally significant film by the Library of Congress in 1989 and was declared the greatest American animated film of all time by the American Film Institute. It is quite disturbing that Rachel Zegler, the actress cast as Snow White in the upcoming live action remake, has been spouting such disdain for the iconic movie. Let's set aside the other problems with the remake, like the removal of actual little people and the colorblind casting of Snow White herself, and fully examine Snow White's transformation into a 21st century girl boss. Even though the film isn't going to premiere until 2024, media coverage and Zegler herself have provided enough details about the movie that we know that the title character is a radical departure from the original. In fact, her storyline has changed so much that the prince has been erased. As Zegler notes in an interview, the prince is, quote, a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. Weird. End quote. Apparently, the story will instead focus on Snow White's leadership, whatever that nebulous term means. Not only do these changes imply that love is not something women should want, they ultimately reproduce the recycled Hollywood trope of the strong female character, whose characterization has continued to be ironically sexist. While Disney's recent live-action remakes of its princesses, like The Little Mermaid, haven't been well received, the movies at least stayed faithful to the original storylines. How poisoned has Disney become with wokeness that instead of treating the historic Snow White with reverence, it decided to denigrate true love? What is wrong with love? Well, nothing really. It just gets in the way of strength, leadership, and achievement, the central values of a strong female character. That sounds oddly familiar, though. Yes, because those are what people consider to be masculine preoccupations. Love is collateral damage in the pursuit of egocentric individualism. To put it bluntly, women are being forged in the image of men. Women are being stripped of any natural biological difference, and, to make matters worse, are being lauded only when they engage in traditionally masculine pursuits. To diminish women for exhibiting traditionally feminine traits is sexist. Gender equality isn't about making women into men so they are the same. It is about treating them equally despite natural differences. The longer we pretend that natural differences don't exist between women and men, the longer women will be shackled by gender expectations that don't allow femininity to be free. What we really need is a diversity of female representation, not quintessentially male characters that have switched genders. We need characters that have complexity and range, who do not derive their identity from being contrasted with men. I think that Ferris Bueller is a good role model for this. Ferris is funny, charming, suave, and has pizzazz. His eponymous movie showcases the whole range of Ferris's personality, from his rebellious indifference to authority figures to his sincere love for his friends. He's not the most moral of people, but not really bad either. Ferris has become an iconic cinematic figure precisely because he is eminently relatable, yet uniquely memorable. Ferris derives his power from who he is as a person. not his gender. Isn't that how women want to be treated? Thank you for listening to The Futurist Public Intellectual.